The number you have dialed.
Program's so good that at least 10 people are watching it. Free and 50% off at the same time. Approved by the man under your bed. Approved by all the people you did test to. You better get your snack, you better get ready because it's right now Mecanion's questions and answers in the end. Oh hello, partners from the whole Mecaneon. If this isn't your host, Mecaneon, then yes, I have a voice now, because this show is hosted by my best friend. The glitch is that let me do whatever I want with the telephone feature. I'm not going to be around the bush. Do you want me to be your personal spy? Then let's start the show. The first question was brought to us by narrator. Honestly, huge cross for that guy, because bro asked his question in the first video on this channel featuring me. Finally someone who doesn't like to waste time. Quite my time. Originally, I had made a short clip with the telephone feature to answer him, but it was very poorly made, so most time for a proper response. WK narrator's question is the following. Mecaneon is so smart, why didn't we know of him beforehand? I'll do a top 10 moments of Mecaneon in this video. First of all, thanks for the kind words, my man, but let's focus on your question. You want to know why you didn't know about me beforehand? That question is trickier than it seems. WK narrator is not a replier, he is a viewer, and thus, he doesn't have a linear perception of time. According to the viewer files from LMI7's archive, viewer are entities that live out of space and time, which allow them to experience the same moment in our timeline simply by watching videos. Yes, you heard me well. According to the paper, when a viewer watches a video, they experience, they don't just watch it like a student and replied, or they make our world exist in their world for a limited time, and thus, to us, it's like the viewers exist at several places and times at the same time. To be clear, that makes them extremely powerful, but according to WK narrator's question, it looks like they aren't aware of their powers. On a side note, that's one of the reasons why LMI7 is so secretive on her channel. She doesn't want the viewers to know too much, because she is afraid of them. Well, but that's not how I see things. By trying to fool the viewers, you make them more likely to piss them off. Besides, they understand the power they have, I bet they can use it to help us escape the hole. Next question. This question was brought to us by this guy who has the best name in the history of names. So, partner, you wanna know what an iteration is? I see we have a goddess viewer. I got through the old files of the archive just for you, and here's what your old buddy Mecaneon knows about iterations. On LMI7's home channel, it looks like all there is are videos. Apart from watching them, you are under the illusion that you do nothing. That is as long as you are not watching an iteration. Iterations are executable files. That means that watching them triggers something in the home. Literally, more specifically, LMI7 has a very special room she calls the shoulder room. It's a room she fully set up as an advanced simulation thing. Now here's the plot hole. I don't know how it works. LMI7 doesn't tell anyone that never writes it down. All I know is that behind that door you see each iteration is a level most no one is allowed to go in. When you watch an iteration, it runs a script instead of this lab. Possible making the events you see in the video happen in real life. What LMI7 wrote out on is that there are 4 different iteration types: red, green, yellow and blue. Their difference reside on the type of script she runs while the iteration is happening. But this is math, and I don't do that stuff. Sorry. From now on, viewers, be careful when you watch an iteration, because, basically, you are LMI7's fuel for running secret experiments, even I don't know much about. I hope the little orange man's adventures are worth it. Next question. This next viewer is named Limon. His question is, what is the fracture? I'm very surprised that viewers do not know what the fracture is. I guess you really do come from another world. It's not complicated. Some time ago, our world was very different. There used to be a sky, grass, cities, landscapes that went beyond what one could imagine. A land of beauty, but also a cruel one where evil entities spread terror. These evil entities are called the Examinators. At the time, LMI7 and a lot of other people's job was to fight back against the Examinators to protect the world. They were heroes respected by everyone, but one day, LMI7 made a mistake and fought against the Examinator that was too powerful for her. Their battle was so intense it broke the fabric of reality itself. That event is what we call the fracture. Now, there is no longer a sky, there are no longer trees. We live inside of LMI7's home, a shelter we cannot live because the outside world doesn't exist anymore. Obviously, a lot of people are very mad after LMI7. This is why she lives alone with her toons and tides. Let's move on to a more fun topic, shall we, folks? Are you still with me? Great. Next question. The next guy is living stream. Go has 3 questions, and it looks like he's another viewer. 3 quick questions, 3 quick answers. Let's get into it. Question 1. When people say thanks by uploaded, what does it mean? Is by uploaded some kind of divinity? That's a funny question. Actually, by uploaded is a word from before the fracture. To make it simple, by uploaded was the equivalent to our world to what you call a soul. The difference was that everything, including objects, has a by uploaded before the fracture, and having a powerful by uploaded could even give its soul their power. By uploaded do not exist anymore because of the fracture, but people still use the word just like where you have seen it. However, it doesn't always mean soul. Sometimes, when you say, what's the by uploaded, or thanks by uploaded, it is an expression just like when you would say, what the hell, or thank God. It has a lot of uses in our language. You will get used to it. Question 2. Who is Gargantua? I see that you have studied our history with great attention. I myself had to do some research to answer this question, because I didn't know about him. Gargantua was a terraminator, and not any terraminator. He was extremely powerful, and was given control over many dimensions in a time where terraminators ruled over everything. Gargantua lived for a very long time, thousands of years I think. The time during which he was in control is called Gargantua's era in our history, but one day he was found dead. Thus began an era where people started to fight back against terraminators. Gargantua was also the first scientist to study by uploaded algebra, which was the science of the by uploaded. They say that even though some of his work is still useful to study harmony, the structure of the whole. Question 3. Can you find two gangster interview? Dude, I know that I'm supposed to be a spy, but finding a single dude whose name I don't even know just from some text. Do you seriously think that I won't? Just kidding. There he is. Don't worry, he agreed to be shown on screen. Say hello to the camera, Jonathan. Sadly, I can't get him to talk in here. The telephone feature allows only one automatic voice, but it's okay, because I borrowed a dialogue device from CellMI7. Now you can talk, Jonathan.
Good morning. You have been suspended for. Real estate. Must be live periodically for mandatory disclosure. Mandatory disclosure. Have been suspended for.
We sure did, Jonathan. Now, since you are my guest today, do you have a question?
Real estate. Must be live periodically for. Real estate.
Amazing question. Well, to those who are watching, it is no surprise, but to the live audience, it is a crazy surprise. CellMI7 allowed me to broadcast the event during the iteration for simple blackmail, LMO. As you have seen during the Gangster Block episode on the channel, I have the ability to interrupt a video. CellMI7 doesn't want me to interrupt an iteration. She isn't afraid of that. She says that it would ruin everything. So, she said she would rather have me hand over the footage to her, so she can put it in herself, in a spot that doesn't interrupt the show. Yes. Yes. But let's go back to the question. Bilbo, you had one question, right? Can you repeat it for us? Don't worry, she's totally cool with it. Stealing the show? Good one, player 1, old partner. You made me laugh so hard I could fall off the stage. Mecaneon, you personal spy, the wizard that flees. He partnered it, I tell you I will better than all. Who needs friend when you have him? So are you ready? Do you still have snacks in store? Because your personal spy is only getting started. Let's make the questions out some more. Let's me check my questions list. Oh, none of that sound really interesting. Oh, here is a 2IC one. Our guest Mecaneon. Never heard of him before. Has asked the following question. Where is Cell MI7 Secret Lab? That's a good question. Big fan of it. I'm in Cell MI7 is fine with that being leaked. She can move away again anyway. Well, the funny thing with Cell MI7 school lab is that it changes locations every day. So no one can find it, just kidding, I found it anyway. And now, here's another question. How to access to the throne room? Well, good question. Mecaneon, all you have to do is cross the door at the end of the hallway. Now, final question for today. What happens if you enter the throne room? Well, every question has got an answer.